What's good? Is your boy Ade, and welcome to my channel, Professional Development with Ade, where I give you guys professional development tips using real world perspectives, real world things that we all kind of experience. And today I'm gonna do a reaction to Stephen A. Smith and Steve Stroud. Let me give you guys a little backstory. Steve Stroud was doing a little interview, but he was doing an interview and he was kind of talking greasy about Stephen A. Smith, saying that he has talent, he has the skills, but he's doing a lot of things for entertainment value. And Stephen A is responding. And what I like about this topic is that we can all learn from it. Make sure you subscribe to my channel for things like this. I'm gonna give you guys professional development tips using things that we all kind of like and that we all listen to. So go ahead and make sure you subscribe. Also, too, let me give you guys a backstory. I'm an auditor, been auditing for over 20 years. So I've been in the office environment. So a lot of things that these celebrities or these sports people or politicians that they go through, we all experience it in our everyday life because we're all human. So we all experience. So let's go ahead and go through the Stephen A. Smith situation. I just got to the best part, the part that we can all relate to.
I work my ass off for a living. I act on a soap opera. I own a production company where I'm producing content. I own my own studio. And I'm looking for fame. You have any idea how insulting that is? What's wrong with us? You asked me a question.
Can't front. Stephen A. Smith does work. He do work hard.
I answer it. I was giving my opinion before YouTube came along. Was it a problem then? I was giving my opinion before podcasting came along. Was it a problem then? When your ass wanted to run the Knicks, Steve Stout, when you called me and we talked about it, excuse me, what was I looking for fame then? Was I looking for fame? Was that fame? This is what I mean. And you, Rich Kleiman, you know how I can get rich. I mean, you know how I can get, but I'm going to be cool. I'm going to be cool. Because I can dedicate a week of shows to your entire ass. But I won't. I'm going to leave it alone. Because I like you. And I got love for Steve Stout. What I'm saying is, what's up with that, y'all? I'm seeing some video and we're talking about how, oh, you treating me and talking about me like I've sold out the industry. You know, he's a great reporter, but, fame. What fame? It's y'all. Nobody's been talking about me like this until I got paid.
So I do want to say, it was a couple of years ago where I felt like Stephen A. Smith was saying some controversial stuff, especially towards the Black community. But recently, I really haven't heard him say anything outlandish. He did support Trump, but I've also heard him criticize Trump. So you guys let me know. Leave a comment. Has Stephen A. said anything crazy like he's done in the past? Like if they said this 2-3 years ago, I will understand. Maybe even 4 years ago. But recently, I haven't really heard Stephen A. say anything crazy. Also, too, let's get to that last part.
Oh, you treating me and talking about me like I've sold out the industry. You know, he's a great reporter, but, fame. What fame? It's y'all. Nobody's been talking about me like this until I got paid. Can we talk about that? Can we talk about a Black man sitting in a position, finally getting a bag, and didn't have to dribble a basketball or catch a touchdown pass or make a rap album to do it, and all of a sudden, that I'm the center of attention? Can we talk about that? No, we don't want to talk about that. Why am I upset, ladies and gentlemen? I'm upset because I'm sick and tired.
I don't know. He does have a point. Stephen A. does have a point. Since his earnings has been put out there, and everybody knows that he's making a lot of money at ESPN, the highest paid sports person out there. No one even comes close. I have been seeing a lot of people who he has considered friends hating on him. Kind of reminds me of that one employee who gets the job over all the other employees. Now people are hating on him. Now people who he once worked with, people who he was cool with, people who he hung out with, don't want to hang out with him because now he has elevated. So are all these people who Stephen A. Smith called as his friends, are they hating on him because he's getting a bag? I don't know. It's kind of crazy because if you're a millionaire and I'm a millionaire, or I'm making good money and you're making good money, I don't care that you elevated. I should be happy for you. But it seems like right now it might be the hot thing to just hate on Stephen A. Smith, or I don't even want to say hate, but to criticize. Like I said earlier, if this was a couple of years ago, I can understand it, but he hasn't really been saying anything. The only news that I've really heard from Stephen A. Smith, yes, he's been on the same political journey the last couple of years, but any main thing that I've been hearing is, yes, he's gotten the bag. He's gotten more money. He's gotten paid.
People that I've been cool with, that smile in my face, that talk to me, and then I find out some shit about how they really feel behind my back.
Hello.
And it's on social media or video. I don't appreciate that.
And hold on.
You know how many stories have been talked about involved?
And that's what I'm saying. That one coworker, everybody's cool. Everybody's on the same level. As soon as he elevates, that's when the trash talk starts to happen. That's when people tell you how they really feel about you, especially to other coworkers. What makes this wild is that they're doing it publicly in front of everybody. Let's continue on.
Steve Stout. You've never heard one of them from Stephen A. Smith. See, this is why people like Hove. I'm the center of attention. Can we talk about that? No, we don't want to talk about that. And if you know nothing else about me, you know I can talk. I can make weekly segments out of y'all. I apologize. Daily segments out of y'all. And I would never do it. Ladies and gentlemen, you ask me a question, I'm going to give you an answer. I don't give a damn who it is. When Joey Logano said yesterday, when I made up that, when I discussed the situation, hey, y'all.
But you know what? That's pretty much the main part that I do want to cover is Stephen A. kind of sounds like that one employee who elevates over other people and people are hating on him. I might be wrong. I could be right because I've seen this. I've experienced this. Like I remember I had a friend. We both was junior auditors. I elevated above him and everything was actually pretty cool. But the one time when I asked him to do something for me, almost like a boss, he ain't like that. He did not like that. With Stephen A. Smith, Steve Stroud, I'm leaning toward Stephen A. just because he hasn't really said anything too outlandish like he's done in the past. Steve Stroud is bringing up his name, and then I don't know. I just experienced this in real life. Sometimes when you elevate, you level up, you make more money, people start hating. It is what it is. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Share this page out. Let's continue to grow. Let's use these experiences that we see from celebrities, people we see on TV. Let's learn something from it. Peace out.